Good evening, welcome to levelupyourgame.net. I'm Disrepute, joined by Vor 4, Clanbase Nations Cup, lower bracket semi-final, Denmark versus Germany, the winner of which will go on to play Poland in the lower bracket final. Sweden, as we saw last night, already reached the grand final. Let's have a look at the teams, shall we, Vor?
Yeah, let's look at the teams again.
Denmark have ZLC, Viam, Nightops and Juvenile, who they've been stalling for. Germany, Nishak, Burns, Slane and Gilbort. Two fairly solid, strong teams performing well in this Nations Cup. I think before the Cup started there was a lot of talk about Germany and how they were missing all of their star players, but in fact this is the best placing they've had in a very long time so far, top 4. Denmark, of course, they've flattered to deceive a little bit in the past, but this season they've definitely stepped up their game, and obviously the god that is Juvenile has really proved himself to be the star that everybody thinks he is. So we're going to go live on Grim Dungeons, Denmark's pick, and we're starting off with ZLC, getting that railgun.
Sounds like Germany got the red armor spawns, but that's a good play to hit a rail and escape, take no damage. It's a good start for ZLC.
Okay, really wanted to hit that on Burns, who's going to take over the quad. Juvenile just grabbing that rail before he could get it, but if he waits for this second LG and the yellow armor and he can control it, then the quad's going to be his.
Yeah, that second LG will be his, and he should be able to defend this himself, no problem. No one else will have weapons to challenge him.
Really didn't need to drop down and take so much damage there, but his teammate has it. Gilbort, Viam with the battle suit. Oh, Gilbort gets taken out instantly by Viam's rocket.
You have to say that was pretty careless.
Running in, and if you can just die to one single rocket, I'm not sure you really want to be going up against the battlesuit in those tight conditions. Gets another frag. Might even get one more. Or make that 3 more potentially there, but runs out of ammo. Viam backs off with the railgun, and Denmark have the lead and control of Red Bull.
Yeah, they do. They recover quite well there from that push that Burns made on the quad. You'd think if they'd have managed to do a bit more of that quad, they might not be in a disadvantaged position now, a German team.
So Vor, who are the players we should be watching out for from either team?
Juvenile, because he's the best player in the world, and Viam is one of the strongest aimers around as well. And as you can see, he's made a really good start to this round. Germany, I'm not sure who to watch out for really, because most of their good performances come working as a solid team rather than standout individuals.
Let's see if Viam's going to push here. He did just take the red armor. He's gone to the rail, but it looks like his teammate has just moved in before him, so he does have a rail, so maybe he's going to push some shots at quad. Oh, good counter play. Really well baited.
Yeah, it was a nicely worked little manoeuvre there by their team. Totally suckered Nishak in, and he died quite easily to Nightops, who was hiding around that corner.
Now we do have both parrots coming up in 10 seconds time. Viam looking pretty handy for the battle.
Yeah,
no,
it's quite risky standing on this platform like this, but he should be safe.
Here we go, Gilbort with the quad. In that shotgun room. Caught the battlesuit up in the air against the wall for a split second, but quad does go down.
Yeah,
to the rest of the Danish team.
Suit, but it wasn't enough. He did have to commit himself and eventually die.
Oh, nice Shaq. It's one of those things, going up the bounce pad, and none of your team's there. The entire opposition's there. It's one extra frag to Denmark. It really shouldn't have been. Viam eventually going down after 2 minutes of solid play. And we're on Nightops pub. There's only a 7 frag difference. Nothing insurmountable yet. But you'd have to say Denmark would be the favourites for this match anyway, Vor?
I would put them as favourites for this match. Either a 2-0 or a 2-1 maybe. I don't know what map Germany picked, but
they picked Realm of Steel Rats.
Well, I think they actually will take that, so I'm going to go for a 2-1 to Denmark.
course, this was Denmark's map pick. Let's cycle around, actually. Following Juvenile, is he going to push? Oh, somehow that rocket missed Gilbert. Gilbert, what is he doing? Just taking free damage. And Juvenile in position to rail at this quad area now.
Yeah. And there's a player off to the left. I'm sure he's aware of that.
He is, yeah.
They're going to do well to get away without taking any damage.
I heard the yellow spawn or something, presumably.
He did. But, he's aware that there are at least 3 players in that upper yellow area. He's not going to want to push in, really, and give up his armour.
Only got 1 rocket. I'm going to cycle round to a German player, I think. Let's see, Nishak. He's looking good for this quad. Gilbert's actually going to take it. He's going in first on his own.
Yeah, strange.
Nightops, of course. There's a bit of a delay on the battlesuit, so... Oh! Nade right to the head.
Quad was taken out by Juvenile's rail.
Oh, Nightops in terrible position. This is not his finest moment, I would say. I mean, if he didn't have battlesuit, he would have died about 10 minutes ago, but... Did he get the frag in the end? Did survive? No, not to the point of controlling the red again. So 5 minutes played for. Oh, it's Germany. They do actually have got inside on this red armour room.
Yeah, they have a lot of weak players in that red armour room, but I know Denmark are still going to attack. Juvenile attacking on his own, though. That's not a good move.
Yeah, they have got the rail position to push from. We're following Slane with 1 health. He's just going to have to back off, survive with his weapon. Nightop's going down. The 25's not up. He's desperate to get those.
He's going to catch someone coming up, maybe.
Yeah, he wanted those 5s and just managed to grab them before any attack came in. But he's going to have to cover this doorway.
He should really give his rail away, I think, in this situation. Or at least give some of his guns away. He does have more health now, of course. He's not even standing around with guns and no health.
Done a good job there, Slane. Eventually goes down to Nightops, who does an even better job on Gilbert.
Denmark have been quite persistent in trying to win back that red, and it seems that Germany are far quicker to give up the red.
Yeah, that's a very nice passage of play from Nightops there. Just moving out to the LG, causing some damage. It means Germany won't be stacked up here for the quad, but he better have a time on the quad. He's moved round, and he's going to miss out on it. Gilbert, in fact, gets his lightning gun out of it. Juvenile left with the battlesuit. So you see the star men of either team. Gilbert for Germany with the quad. Juvenile with the battlesuit for Denmark. Haven't seen where the quad has come in. Was that it? Yeah, there it is. Inside the red armour area does go down. And again the quad going down. Not to the battlesuit, but to the Danish players.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why you give the player with the worst connection the quad. I mean, maybe they think it's an advantage to have a warping quad, but it doesn't seem like he's having an easy time of hitting his shots. I mean, he's dying to non-battlesuit players every time.
It is rather surprising. I mean, we've seen Germany with excellent team play throughout this tournament, and it seems like we've just seen mistakes from them, moving quad through on his own first. Moving in with no armour and no real weapons to work with. I mean, it just seems a bit desperate, if anything. Excellent defence from Denmark against all the German players there moving into the red armour room. And that's one of the worst things that can happen to you on Grim Dungeons, if your entire team commits to attacking an area and all of you die.
Yeah,
so demoralising.
A really bad situation because, once the team in control of red then takes red, they can move straight out with it and put pressure on you. The other side of the map where you've spawned, and depending on the times of items, you might not have anything to defend yourself with.
Following Nightops, I'm just going to cycle around. He's got a very low amount of health. Juvenile down in the lower basement, goes down to Burns with the rocket. He's going to push in on the rel. Should be good timing before the battlesuit. Gets another frag. Although Viam's there Is anybody strong for Denmark? Well, I'm going to have to look. Gilbert again rushing through first with the quad. He was straight into one of the Danish players, but he must have got the frag. Nitops, very good play there. Going into the lower area, does get a yellow out of it as well. The reason he didn't go up at the bounce pad, of course, is the quad would be waiting for him. Could catch him in a nice stream of lightning gun and just take him out. I'm actually kind of blocking his path there. Oh, the battlesuit's in trouble here. Oh my god, what happened to the quad?
Well, quad stayed alive the whole duration, but he got some good spawn kills in the red, but he didn't really do much against the attack of the quad and...
Of the battlesuit, yeah.
Sorry, the battlesuit, yeah.
Well, I was surprised because he caught him with a nice stream of LG, but he didn't push him at all.
No, he thought his teammates would deal with him, but... even if you weaken a battlesuit, it's still hard to finish it off without that quad.
There we go, Denmark again in control of the red. And we're looking at a 30 frag difference here.
They're already looking to push out as well, Denmark, which is, I think, a good move. I mean, they're not actually that strong at red. Now, a spawner could catch them out, but they're still looking to go aggressive.
Yeah, we're on Juvenile's point of view at the moment. With just got the yellow armor and lightning gun off its spawn. We're only 30 seconds until the quad, so if he keeps moving back out, Germany are in real trouble with the quad. They might even have to back off.
They're still looking to attack red, some of the German team, and I don't know if that's what they're intending to do, but so close to power-ups, it's quite risky, I think.
Juvenile done such a good job on this quad. 5 seconds until it, and Germany can't move in. 2 of them at that upper yellow, but look, they've missed out.
Power-up, I think.
There we go, Nitops as the battle. And it's almost a 40 frag difference now, just 10 frags up. Advantage's grown since, well, that's before the power run, really. Nitops with this battlesuit. Let's check how Juvenile's doing with the quad. Let's switch around to him. He's got a very nice stack. He's doubled up on those yellows. Oh! Getting pummeled by Gilbert. Lucky he had got that armor, really. Double pummel in there.
Yeah, and Nitops took his suit and finished his suit run at the lower yellow, and he's still causing problems for the German team down in that area.
Let's switch to him.
He picks up another kill on Gilbert.
So Nitops, I think, actually, he's been the standout player in the first half of this map. Some excellent play from him. How...
He certainly is playing well, and you know, look again. He kills Chilbot. I mean, it's nothing for Germany to work with other than hide at that quad and wait until someone's got an LG and a yellow.
Oh my god. Very nice play from Nitops. I mean, he didn't dive on that yellow desperately. He just played Gilbert to grab it and then just damaged him and predicted his movement perfectly, taking him out in the end there. And look, he's come back for red. He's now got 100 armor himself. So that just shows intelligent play there from Nitops.
And in about 5 minutes, the score difference has gone from 15 or 20 to 50 frag difference. This is really good play by Denmark on their home map pick.
Power-ups are still pretty synced as well. Quad's up in a second. Germany will take that a couple of seconds later. They do have the battlesuit. Is they delaying the quad? Seems like the battlesuit's being delayed as well. Cycle around, see someone quit there. Juvenile
was just waiting for the quad to get picked up, but he's seen it's not going to be picked up.
He's waiting so he could double stack the red, maybe. Well, this is a good move from Germany. They need to do something to switch it up so they can come back into this. He's still got to get that
quad away.
What? He's got no armor? How do they manage that?
That's a good LG lock onto Juvenile, though.
Whoa!
But he just had too much health and armor, Juvenile, and even with good LG, it wasn't enough from the quad.
Well, I'm surprised that the quad just had no armor, though. I mean, delaying it that long, you would have surely been able to pick up.
I think they did have someone with armor, but they sort of panicked on the pickup, and they thought the Battlesuit was going to come in a lot quicker than it did. You know, they didn't want to risk it being killed on pickup.
Excellent.
Well, they're in serious trouble now. They delayed it that long.
But yeah, they will have to commit to suit, otherwise the suit will easily get to quad. And defending for, what is it, 14 seconds? Trying to defend quad against suit, it's going to be extremely difficult.
Yeah, you have to say that amount of delay really does favour Denmark.
Impressive.
I think perhaps just delaying it maybe 4 or 5 seconds would have been the better option.
To delay it until the battlesuit attacks you, so that you can try and get away with the quad, and then you'll have maybe 10-15 seconds of quad where there's no suit up, so you'd look to take advantage at that point. But I have a feeling it's not going to work out that way, because now they are going to have to take suit. Don't think they're going to be able to do that.
Slain at quad. There's a couple of them at quad still. 10 seconds until battlesuit. 2 German players at quad still, Vought. Switch round to battlesuit area.
There to make sure you get it, but at the same time, Viam is easily going to get to this quad.
He's only got 2 rockets though. He's only got 1 rocket left.
Surprised he's chased this person.
Well, I think he's
slain
just
there.
trying to. Well, yeah, that's a bit of a mistake, but he did get the yellow, so shouldn't be that much trouble. Nice shot! Look at that! Machine gun cess brought him down to 17.
He got stuck on that wall there. He was trying to back off, and that did not work out well.
So who's got the battlesuit? Was it?
It was Viam. That's expired by now, I think.
Switch round to see.
I was surprised that Viam chose to chase Slain. He had that rail. There's no real threat. He would still been able to go up that bounce pad and take quad. And I know it doesn't even matter at this point, but in a closer game, something like that might have made a difference.
So following Gilbert now takes out Viam with that shotgun, and Germany do have brief control of this red armour area, but we'll see the difference in styles with Denmark rushing in, desperately trying to win it back. And look how quick they all have weapons.
Yeah, they had the advantage the whole time there. Germany were only there based on spawns. They, weren't holding red really.
Impressive.
6th impressive for Nitops. Again, another rail. He misses the important one, I guess. Knocked down into the void. It's over double the score now for Denmark.
Yeah, and what was a close game for the first 5 or 6 minutes has rapidly gone in Denmark's favour. This is a 69 frag game now, and for a while there was only... Well, I say for a while, the first 5 or 6 minutes, first 3 sets of power-ups, there was only a matter of 5 or so frags in this game.
Juvenile taking that battlesuit. No red's going to be up. He gets distracted as well for a brief second before the quad, but he's easily going to make it. In fact, he has a teammate securing it for him. And there, they're going to double it up, they're going to split it. Doubles it up. Makes it easy to follow.
It makes sense to double it up when the 2 times are so offset, because he had the armor, he's got the weapons, and suit's now run off, so he's still got 15 seconds of quad.
You do often see players misreading how they should play though. Once the battlesuit runs out, they're still rushing around as though they're protected. Juvenile didn't fall for that one there. Did survive it out. Does eventually go down to Slain, who had a yellow, had shards and a lightning gun rocket as well. Just working around this 50, trying to hoover it up so Denmark won't get it. But I say Denmark's positioning in this red area has been just basically perfect.
Yeah, it's been aggressive positioning because they're always looking to push out, and they're not just looking to push out their standard sort of way, which is towards the lower yellow. They look to push that upper yellow as well, and you can't defend against it. There's not much you can do. I mean, you have to just hit all your shots if you want to defend against a red armor player with rocket launcher pushing out.
It's really been a very good tactical display from Denmark. We often, when we're following matches on Grim Dungeons, go on about the importance of blocking the doorways and getting in a spread out position in that red area so you can control it, and Denmark have just done the absolute perfect job at that. Germany haven't know what to do when they get in there. Of course, it's the individual skill matters as well. ZLC going to get voided. That's probably the first thing that's gone their way.
He did well to avoid the initial rockets, but
Juvenile on the quads. He's not going to survive it out. Oh, Night Ops stole in. Gets that last quad. Just to rub salt into the wound of the Germans. See how many can mount up on his run.
yeah, Night Ops has had a really good game in this DM14.
He's definitely my star man of the game. So we might as well start talking about the next map, or Run with Steel Rats. Now, I would imagine Germany chose that map. Well, right there, they feel comfortable on it, they're a strong team on it. But also because Denmark had a very close game with the UK, who they did knock out, but with basically a UK team of players who haven't played in ages and who've never played together. And it was ridiculously close.
And CPM4, I think, has been Germany's pick throughout this. They couldn't play against the UK because the UK eliminated it, and I think it may have been their pick in any game that, you know, it wasn't eliminated.
Look at that score, 51-15 for Nightops. And I mean, sometimes we didn't look at his score during the round, but you can just tell by the way a player's playing they're having a good round. That is very impressive, especially with Juvenile, a player like Juvenile in the team who usually takes all the plaudits. Anyway, well, they're going to have to see a much better display from Germany on Realm of Steel Rats to stand any chance of going through.
Yeah, I mean, I've predicted that they would take that map, but you know, I wasn't thinking they would lose DM14 as badly as they did, so we'll see if that has any effect on the second map. Confidence might not be too high after that massive defeat.
I mean, we'll just look at some of the brackets here. Denmark got a very bad upper round 1 draw versus Poland, so they went straight down to the lower bracket to beat the UK and the Czech Republic before this match. So 2 decent teams they beat, but nothing like what would be the team they face if they win this match. So it'd be interesting to see them against Poland again, and of course Sweden in the final. Germany had Sweden first, again unlucky draw for them, and they'll have to beat Sweden again if they want to win this cup. They then took out Finland and Serbia, again 2 decent teams. I mean, on paper you'd probably say Denmark had the harder draw in the lower bracket, but it's relatively similar in skill, everybody at Nations Cup level, so could be that Denmark have just met their match. Although top 4, a very commendable position, but we'll have to see what they can do on Run with Steel Rats. How is this map played for? We've got red, we've got yellows, we've got quad. There's no railgun, of course, on this map, just the machine gun, shotgun, grenade launcher, rocket launcher, a lightning gun, and plasma gun. So what's the key?
Well, the actions are mainly going to take place at the red armor area, where the absolutely vital gun for this map, lightning gun, is positioned directly below the red armor.
Prepare your
And
team.
whatever team picks up the majority of those lightning guns is going to have a massive advantage on this map. It's so important to time that lightning gun perfectly.
Fight.
ZLC gets the perfect spawn for the shaft. He's going to get a frag on Slain as well, and is important he did it before the health was picked up. Burn's going to go down soon after with the plasma.
Yeah, he had the plasma and the yellow as well, so
Excellent.
not a great start for Germany.
5-1 the score. There's weapon spawn every 30 seconds. So you really need to call out on your comms when you pick a weapon
And
up.
already you can see that Denmark, oh, that's an early quad though.
Oh, Nishak takes it. He doesn't have a weapon to work with. All the German players up at that teleporter exit.
Rocket launcher, unless he catches people in the right areas, it's not going to be an effective gun to attack red with. He should be looking to switch to machine gun.
Their teammate actually had a plasma and shotgun, but he So he did use the machine gun, didn't really hit a
He did.
great amount.
No, you need to hit at least 40 or 35% minimum to have much effect, even with quad, because people will just back off.
So that was an unfortunate quadrant, really, that he got it without a weapon. Look at that, Nightops getting a lovely spawn there for the rocket launcher. Nishak, well, not having a very lucky round so far, as we've seen. Nightops is absolutely playing the game of his life here. That
Yeah,
rocket
unlucky to
was
get hit by
amazing.
such good plasma there. I think he was trying to back off, and you know, he might have hit some more rockets as he backs off if it wasn't for that good plasma.
Nice counter with the shotgun from Slane. I think it was ZLC who caught out there. In a jump pad attack, Nightops and Juvenile taking heavy shotgun damage, but they did get the frag and neither went down.
The spread is up at the moment. Yeah, Nishak has jumped in and stolen that. He probably lost most of that red. That's a good steal. It's the sort of thing you need to do when you're out controlling this map is hang around the red area. Don't necessarily overcommit, but you know, look to steal his items away. In particular, that red and that all-important LG.
Following Juvenile, only 1 health, he brings that up to 50 with the 225s. Now got a shaft and we got quad in 15 seconds at sea. Germany in past games have been very tight on the quad. Of course, they got the first one, perhaps fortuitously, because it was so early, but it is in a couple of seconds. Juvenile turning up late. Nishak does take it, goes up against the shaft of Juvenile. Inevitably, he goes down.
Frags in 2 seconds.
Yeah, they're coming back into the map though, slightly, Germany. They didn't get that quad really would have helped them.
Following Slane though, he's got the shaft and the red.
Yeah, he has good position here.
Nightop's going down.
I don't know what the rest of his team is though, he's getting absolutely no support in these fights.
Seems to be fighting for a good 30 seconds or something there. And you think, if you drop down at that point, you're taking a risk.
That's good play by Germany though. 3 of their players on the LG, and that gun will be their way back into this game. They do look to be in reasonable control of the red armour now.
Yeah, Slane again gets the red armour. Interesting, Denmark just seemed to have backed off, at least briefly. And ZLC goes down, look at that! He needed that red armour to survive.
He did, and ZLC would have had the yellow armour, so he certainly did more damage, he just didn't quite get the kill on Slane. But that's quite sloppy. I mean, Germany was so good on that previous LG to have 3 of their players there, but on that one, not only 1 player there, and he didn't know the time, and Denmark were able to come in and take that.
We just saw a very good example on this map of why lightning gun's so important. Burns against Viam. Viam had rockets, which is generally seen as the most dominant gun on practically every map in Quake, but he just couldn't do anything up against the shaft because it's just such an open area.
That lower level where the shaft is really is the dominant gun. I mean, Rocket has a lot of good areas of the map where it will have advantages, but around the lightning gun isn't one of those areas.
Right, Burns moving towards the quad area. I don't know why he didn't pick up the rocket, but he didn't. He had hopes nobody opponents spawn on it, but he moved in perfect timing to secure this quad, and well, look, Germany going to take it. Gilbort, their star man, does grab the power up. He's got rockets to work with. Now got a shotgun and a plasma. Picks up the yellow on his run as well. Ooh, unlucky ZLC. That's something you don't want to come into contact with when you're rushing around these lower corridors. He doesn't have a shaft, importantly, and he could get caught out as he goes up the bounce pad here.
You have to say he's unlucky. That looked like quite a good shotgun hit, but didn't get the kill.
Oh, wow! Great rocket play.
That's really good play. Because I think those 2 Denmark players would have taken that previous yellow, and getting anyone with armour is always a good thing.
Just palming off his weapons to his teammates. He's 57% LG at the moment. Doubt he shot it that much. Does pick up himself a red. Germany brought this all the way back. They've got control of the red armour and the lightning gun area. Of them, all 4 of them went down when that lightning gun time was.
Yeah, and they've come back into this game after a good start from Denmark, and they've done it purely on their power-up play. They've had far superior power-up play on the 2 power-ups so far. 3 power-ups so far. And I think if Denmark don't step their power play up, then I think we will see a German victory.
We've got 30 seconds until the next quad. Germany on top of this red at the moment with 2 players. It is in 5 seconds as Viam rushes in, followed by his teammate Juvenile. And they can time every item on the map between them. Just have an innate ability of understanding when items will be up, even when they haven't seen them spawn. 5 seconds till this quad. Germany are being combated this time. Looks like Denmark going to take it. Viam with the 50 armor, with the shaft as well.
Yeah, it was much better quad setup from Denmark this time. The whole team was there and they managed to repel what I would say was a slightly late German attack, but still did it nonetheless.
Viam's in a very bad situation to attack now. He'll be really annoyed. Although I don't know why the German players dropped off. Just giving those 3 kills to Denmark. If they'd all stayed high, he couldn't have come up the bounce pad, but
yeah, that was, I mean, they had a great position to counter the quad.
I mean, he literally couldn't have done anything. He only had shaft. I suppose he had machine gun, but he could have just sat back.
He could have gone up the bounce pad, he'd have killed 1, 2 if he was lucky, but he would have died. But now they have quite good control of the area. The whole team is in the area. They've just taken the previous LG.
Does eventually go down to the machine gun at distance from Nishak, who just jumps straight into Juvenile's grips, although managed to survive the rockets. There's Juvenile, got that red. I'm going to switch round to him. Yeah, and he has got a rocket launcher. He's got 100 and just waiting above this shaft. If he can get that, he can do some serious damage around the rest of the match. There he does pick it up. So the next one will spawn about 16. 30 seconds later, which would be the last one before the quad. There you go, red armor fails the jump. Whoa, that was a bit of a balked rocket jump again. What on earth?
But then they couldn't have made this red armor jump much easier than they have done.
That's like, it was just a little bit sloppy, and the rocket jumps were, well, abysmal, really, weren't they? 5 seconds until this quad anyway, and Germany have got their act together again for this power up.
Denmark could be slightly late to attack this. But it could
Oh!
it was just about perfect on the timing. It looked like they would be slightly late.
Viam just grabbing it right in front of the Germans. I mean, Jillboy looked like he was getting ready to grab it, but he just looked away for a split second as Viam jumped.
They didn't have a perfect setup though on that quad, Germany, because they didn't have anyone to cover the person jumping from the upper shotgun, and that was Viam, of course, who then managed to pick it up no problem.
And on the other side, of course, the teleport exit directly opposite to the quad. There was 2 Danish players, I believe. So we see better setups.
Important route to cut out, because it can be a last second attack from either of those locations that ends with the other team stealing the quad away from you.
And they've just built up a bit of a lead now, Denmark.
It's been this last 3.5, 4 minutes. Germany comes back into the game well, but slightly slipping away from them now.
So let's remember, everybody, Germany need to take this map, otherwise they were out of the Nations Cup. Denmark already 1 map up to 0. They won by, I don't know, 100 frags or something on the first map, Green Dungeons. So Germany need to win to take it to a 3rd map. We are halfway through Realm of Steel Rats. This was Germany's map pick. And we're 25 seconds from the next power-up. So we'll have to see how the teams play that one.
Denmark are already starting to set up. Gilbert is there on his own and he will go down, or he's going to be forced to back off at the least.
Burns has got a nice stack. Nishak should go in ahead of him with that rocket launch. And there it is, 5 seconds till the quad. Oh, he shouldn't have jumped so early, but it looks like they might actually get this.
Yeah, Denmark made the same mistake that Germany did in the previous quad. Every one of their players were positioned behind the quad, and those aren't good positions for stopping an attack.
There we go, Nishak does get the red. He's got an absolutely massive armour.
He can find 3 or 4 more kills, this would be a good run, but I would just say this isn't quite enough.
They've brought it back to about a 13 frag difference. It was closing in on about 20. So
one mistake there you'd say is, oh, that was a good kill on Juvenile. And
yes, he's going to get the red. That's worked out brilliantly.
Say, yeah, that not getting back to red with some quad time still left could have been a mistake, but it turns out he's played this brilliantly.
Yeah, beautiful aim there. Great control and movement. Nightshak, after a bit of an unlucky start, he's really proving his worth there for a few moments of play. Let's see him control this red armor again, and he's there for the timing. He's obviously not a superstar timer who's going to stand on it right the second it spawns, but he obviously is keeping track of it and getting there to cover. Runs out of rockets rather annoyingly, I would imagine, and ZLC was across the other side of the map. He's going to stay for this next red as well. This is interesting play. A lot of players would be tempted to drop off there and try and help their teammates, but
be
very
ideal now
focused
for him if he can find some ammo for these guns. I mean, he's got the two best guns on the map, the plasma, the rocket and the LG, and if he can find ammo for them, he's going to be a very dangerous player leading into this next power.
Well, there's the shaft ammo. You're going to up his buckshot as well. There's the rockets. Yeah, good work. Here we go. 100 at the quad. Is 8 seconds away.
No
Farms that one.
Yet. Although there are two players in position.
Finish off Juvenile. Good work. Oh, what is Gilbert doing? Just took quads away from him.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that. It almost looked like there was a call made as well for Nightshak not to take it, and Gilbert took it and just died straight away.
Well, it's 10 frags difference.
They did have good position on that quad, but I didn't quite notice the team icons through the wall.
There you go, Nightshak again with the red pickup. His minutes of play have been absolutely superb. I'd imagine he hasn't died for a good 4 minutes or something now.
Slowly coming back into this again.
Going to miss out on this red though.
This.
Oh,
No.
what a save!
Doesn't fail the jump either.
Brilliant work. Nightshak, honestly, he's the star man on the German team at the moment. He gets a time on the lightning gun as well.
I almost wonder where his team are at this stage. He's on his own there at red. He's
Playing this map solo. He's gonna miss out on this red though, surely.
Nice.
5 seconds away. He's too
Don't
far
count him out.
around the map. He can't get up there.
He could have made a rocket jump, but he did take a lot of damage.
He didn't have a rocket.
Didn't he?
No. There we go. 10 frags of difference. He does eventually go down, and here's European superstar Juvenile.
World superstar now, isn't he? He goes on American servers and dominates there as well.
25 seconds till the quad. He gets a yellow army. He's got a shaft in hand as well. Slane could catch him out. That's brilliant. Oh my god. Managed to survive. Palms off his shaft to the German team with 10 seconds to go till the quad. And again, it looks like it's going to be a good setup. You can hear ZLC moving in. Jumped a bit early, really. Should have perhaps waited a bit longer. Nightshak taking the quad. And ZLC to go down. His teammate just came through that teleporter. If he'd come through a little bit earlier, he would have gone down to the rocket. But he didn't. There's the shaft ammo. That's important now.
The health back up to 100. No armor, but
usually I wouldn't say controlling ammo on a map is important, but that shaft ammo is definitely one that you want to keep track of. Ammo spawning every 40 seconds in Team Deathmatch.
Is it just me, or is every time we're on Nightshak's point of view, he's having to play the game on his own in this red armor area? You know, he was down there, looked like he knew the time with LG, but he had zero support. Denmark come in, kill Nightshak, take the LG. Once again, you know, they pull ahead again slightly, a 15 frag lead. It was down to a 5 frag lead earlier.
It is rather bizarre. We do have 2 sets of power-ups left for quad damage. So, I mean, you can easily come back a 15 frag deficit, with power-ups especially. Look at this though, that was too easy for Night Ups there, getting a couple of frags.
They have so many lightning guns on this Denmark team now.
How are they going to counter it? Germany, what should they do for?
Well, it's hard to say really, because you're not really going to want to let it get to this point where the other team has free run at... Well, that's a good LG steal. There was a dropped LG and Gilbert stole it away, but as I was saying, you don't want to let a team have complete unpressured control of red.
Quad in 10. Nightup's going to get this last red before it. He's going to have to rush. It's only 4 seconds to get to quad. It's going to be a little bit late. Gilbert kills him. Lots of shaft damage to the quad. Oh no, runs straight into Viam, who was on the periphery of the combat area. Actually did a very good job, Viam.
Yeah, it was really smart by Viam. He knew that his team wasn't going to get in to take the quad, so he just, looking to ambush the quad as it makes its escape.
And then when we saw like the distance that the shaft reaches and how do you counter that, you're going to have to shoot a prediction rocket as you drop down.
With 9 health, unless you hit a turret rocket without taking any fire, it's never going to escape.
So it's like a 20 frag difference now. It was only 10 a couple of quads ago, 15 before this quad, the last guy. And there's only 1 power up remaining for Denmark. Control the red area.
Yeah, and we're up to a 21, 22 frag lead, 23 frag lead. I don't see them coming back into this now. They missed their opportunity a couple of power-ups ago when they could have taken full control of this red area, then put some pressure on Denmark to get the few frags they needed, but it's slipped quite drastically since then.
We saw them starting to come back, and Nishak playing amazing.
And
setting up for the power-up.
So well, and he had everything at red armor area under his control, but there just didn't seem to be much support from his teammates. And once you go too passive and allow Denmark to take the LGs, take the reds uncontested, then you put yourself at such a big disadvantage.
All have exceptional aim in the Danish team. You don't want to give them the most powerful aim weapon. There you go, Nishak going down to Viam's LG. ZLC sitting on the quad. Good defensive play from Viam there. Last quad goes to Denmark, and this is going to seal the deal for them. They will go through to the lower bracket final, where they'll meet Poland, who were defeated by Sweden last night. The winner of that will go on to the grand final to meet Sweden.
Of course, against Poland, that will be a rematch from, what was it, the first round of the knockouts?
Yeah, upper bracket, where Poland did come out victorious. It was a 2-0 victory to Poland.
Yeah, I somehow don't think they'll be able to win 2-0 again.
The scores were relatively close. So that is definitely a match to look out for. Congratulations Germany, coming top 4 anyway. As I say, there was a lot of criticism of their selection before the event, but they've definitely achieved higher.
Well, I don't know how they could be criticised, considering the previous year's effort resulted in no qualification to the ENC, which was, at the time, a shock. But it was Denmark that prevented them from qualifying for that ENC, and this team has been active and putting good performances, and that's what you want from a German team.
So we say goodbye to Germany, and Denmark move on. Only 3 teams left in the Clanbase Nations Cup 2011. And they are Sweden, waiting in the grand final, and Poland and Denmark, who will play off next. So thank you very much for joining me, Vor. I'm Disrepute, and you've been tuned in to levelupyourgame.net. Okay, that's the VOD. Stopped.
No.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Poland better practice either Purgatory or Dreadful Place before they play Denmark, or they can pretty much guarantee that they're going to start with a 1-map disadvantage.
Well, Dreadful Place was eliminated by Denmark. in this match.
Oh, really?
So
Does that mean
I don't
they
know.
don't like it, or does that mean they think Germany is strong on it?
I don't know. I wouldn't have said Germany was strong on it. Don't recall them being strong on it, but be interesting anyway. I mean, if Denmark can practice one of those maps, they'll definitely have the advantage. I would say it's going to be pretty close on something like DM20. So DM14 as well. Denmark very impressive the way they played it tonight. It's going to be a tough match for Poland. You'd say Poland would still be the favourites though.
Yeah, I would, unless, well, actually, I don't really want to say decisively that they are favourites, because they're going to lose Purgatory if they have to play that, and I think they would lose Dreadful Place if they have to play that. So, 2 maps out of the map pool, I would pretty much give 100% guaranteed wins to Denmark on.
Ooh, that's
And
bold.
anything can happen on a DM14. It could all come down to the initial spawns. If Denmark take a massive advantage early on, or it could happen for Poland, of course, as well. And we saw Poland lose OSP5 deep inside, which has been one of their strongest maps for years. They lost that to a Swedish team, but it wasn't necessarily the strongest possible Swedish lineup.
Yeah, it's very interesting in a way, this sharp fall off we've seen in Polish play. I mean, they still reach the top 3 of most events, but we saw it last season with the ENC where they came, 5th, 6th, something like that. And after winning some of the early Nations Cups, they don't seem to have kept that level of play up, or is it the other nations have perhaps caught up?
I think every nation has stepped up slightly, with maybe a few exceptions. I'd say maybe Germany and the UK aren't as strong as they've been recent years. Russia recently hasn't been participating and has dropped off in level, I'd say, as well. But a lot of other teams have improved drastically. Denmark, the obvious example.
Serbia, very good this event.
Yep.
So yeah, it'd be interesting anyway. Denmark, maybe that could be a Scandinavian final.
Yeah, I'd say there's quite a good chance. I mean, you'd think, based on history, Poland would be obvious favourites, but with how significant their recent history is, both teams, and I can't put them as a favourite. I think it'll be quite an even game, but their relaxed attitude towards learning the new maps could really hurt them.
Very kind way of putting it, Vor.
Yep.
Because
when you hear reports of Avec pretty much never having played Dreadful Place, apparently, then they pretty much have to eliminate that unless they can somehow fit some practice in on that map before whenever their game is scheduled for. Seems unlikely, and we saw how bad they were on Purgatory against Sweden, who themselves can't claim to be a good team on Purgatory in comparison to other nations.
I mean, we saw them get smashed by the Czech Republic on Purgatory.
Exactly.
It's a 7-map pool, and you do get one elimination now. For example, the UK in all but one match eliminated Realm of Steel Rats simply because we don't enjoy playing it. So you could do that. I mean, they could eliminate Dreadful Place, but that still leaves the second new map, Purgatory, where they're having to play. And six maps in total you have to be skilled and experienced on.
And Denmark obviously are aware of how poor Poland played on Purgatory, and Poland can only eliminate one, as you said, and that's most likely going to be Dreadful Place. They will have to practice Purgatory before they play Denmark, because it's almost guaranteed to be the Denmark pick.
And I mean, considering Denmark eliminated Dreadful Place, if Poland eliminate it for them, that's like 2 eliminations for Denmark. So then you would imagine they would elim deep inside.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen Denmark play deep inside, or at least I can't recall it being streamed and then playing that map. So that's a real bonus for them, knowing they don't have to eliminate what is possibly one of their weaker maps in Dreadful Place.
Or Realm of Steel Rats. Realm of Steel Rats, Poland's generally been pretty strong over the years on that, and think it is one of the weaker maps for Denmark. They did take out Germany here, but I think it's more Germany throwing it away at certain moments than Denmark's dominance.
Yeah, you can see Denmark did a lot of good things on Realm of Steel Rats, but I think in that game just then, neither team had ideal quad setups. I think Denmark did a good job at the end of that map of realising when Germany had a semi-decent lock on the quad, and then Denmark decided, alright, we're not going to attack this, we'll just ambush the quad as it leaves, and that was quite good to see, but not necessarily a dominant map for Denmark.
So anyway, it'd be interesting to see that game. Don't know when that's going to be arranged for, but hopefully the end of this week, perhaps Sunday.
Well, we've had the games coming quite quickly recently. There hasn't been massive delays like there has been with previous tournaments where a whole month could go past without games being played. So it'd be nice to see this tournament completely wrapped up within maybe a week and a half or so from now. Would be ideal.
It is, of course, relying on Sweden being able to arrange a game, and I'm not sure they're as sharp on the old
Well, they're only going to have
game
to arrange the
times.
final, of course.
So yeah, other than that, that'll be the Nations Cup over in 2 games' time, but
Yeah.
we will have Clanbase Eurocup to come.
When is that due to start? I didn't even bother to look.
The next week, or yeah, it must be next week.
Well, that's pretty sudden. It's
Maybe
only
the
been
week
announced
after.
yesterday.
Well, it's been announced which teams are in which divisions, so that's established now. So it's just a matter of sorting out the match dates, isn't it? So it must be a week or 2 weeks away, but it's pretty close anyway. So we'll be covering that Clanbase Eurocup Team Deathmatch. There's also the Clanbase CTF Nations Cup is going to be covered. Fragmaster and Mute doing a good job on that. And I believe Hawk will be
Running a CA Nations Cup Clan Arena.
yeah. And I was going to say they're reaching the finals of their 2v2 CA Cup, which I said I would cover the final game. So we always enjoy a little bit of 2v2 CA, don't we, Vaught?
Yeah, I guess.
And the CTF finals for that as well. So there's so much Quake team games to come. And one big thing, Ultimate Gaming Championship, is it? That's this weekend. So
Yep, some good players at that event as well. That will actually be quite good, I think.
Yeah, Trance will be streaming that. I'm not sure if that's on Level Up or some other, Ultimate Gaming Championship stream, but that's this weekend anyway, so tune in for that. Yep, so thanks for joining us, everybody, and good night.